everything's going here. I know it takes a minute for it to get up and going.
You know what you're allowed to do.
So we got 2 people watching at the moment. Can you hear me and see me just fine? You let me know down in the chat. But to keep any empty space going on here, I want to talk about, maybe vent a little bit about my frustrations. My wife's going to join me here. Miss Rooster in the house.
Sorry. I know how to pee.
But yeah, I had a whole thing going. I was trying to use OBS again. I spent the better half of the day trying to get everything set up. As far as I know, everything was ready to go. I had a whole, intro video. The stream will start soon, little clip thing, with even some of my own original music, for people to listen to while you're waiting. But for some reason, again, the audio and video just would not sync up, and the limits of what I could do with that audio and video in OBS was the sync was too off in order for me to fix it in that. So there's something in my computer, in my audio stuff, probably for what I use to record music and voiceovers and such. There's probably something there that I don't know about. I'm kind of dumb when it comes to that stuff. But I will get it eventually, hopefully, but until then this will have to work. Carol, Graham, what's up? How you doing?
Hi.
Zarko in the house, what's up, man? I'm going to hear some good dad jokes from you today. Yeah? Can you guys hear us all right? I'm not seeing nothing. I'm wondering. I'm not entirely sure if the audio is good or not. Yep. What is Chicken's favorite Armstrong and Rock song? I don't have a favorite Armstrong song. I honestly, I listened to them once, maybe twice, back in the day, probably around 2007, 2008. And I haven't really heard much since then, I don't believe. I will have to check it out.
Is that Twilight of the Thundercat?
I'm sure that's a play on oh, I think he actually did a vocal cover of one of their songs. Yeah. It was good. You're gonna put that stuff out eventually, man. What's up, JL Starling? How's it going? Oh, so we are in Oklahoma. We decided to come chill out over here for a little while. The weather's not really looking promising because we're planning on going back to Ohio at some point. We're trying to make it out there for my son's birthday to be around family. And that still might be an option. We just haven't got to it yet because just the way things are looking so far, we gotta wait till it comes time. Are you gonna do that the entire stream? This is Bella, by the way.
Bella.
Just sit there.
She's more of a cat than a real dog.
100% a cat. So much. Lexi Bex, what's up? What time zone are you in, Lexi? I completely forgot where you are in Canada. I think you're in the western part of Canada.
Millie's here. Hi, Millie.
Millie, you made it. Glad that you're here, man. That's awesome.
Austin.
Austin, how's it going, dude? I expected a call from you here lately. I should have just called you myself. I'm gonna get better at that, I swear. You can ask my family though. Like, my mom gets on to me all the time because I literally, I can't remember if it's I spoke to you yesterday or maybe it was last week. especially recently, there's been a lot of stuff going on, not only with like traveling and stuff, but you know, we're having some issues with RVs. As I said that, the 12 volt went out on the RV.
I saw that.
We're having an issue with our converter, so it's kind of half-assed working right now. It's doing what it needs to do, but if it gets overloaded, so say if the furnace is on or the air conditioner or whatever, it just hits a certain point where it just gives up. So it's making me think it might be the fan. So we got that, and then trying to plan out everything. You're RVing all the time. You literally have to plan all the time.
Yeah.
It's 5 there now. Okay, so like you're in mountain time, I guess, for us. The prairies of Canada. Carol says that Bella's a shaved cat.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Zarko, do you know what is green and smells like pork? No, I don't. Green eggs and ham, maybe?
JL Starling wants to know if we're near any national parks.
National, no. State, yes.
Boiling Springs is close by.
Was that a national park?
No,
Okay.
State Park. Boiling Springs
Okay.
State Park.
Which we're gonna check that out pretty soon. We went to that Alabaster Caverns, which is a state park, I think. Last time we were here, we're back in Woodward, over by where my best friend Dakota lives. And
Oh God.
I just saw the answer to that joke. What's green and smells like pork is apparently Kermit the Frog's finger. I should have known that one, but you know, my mind's trying to focus on this because you know, I'm new to doing this whole live stream thing, and I'm not gonna lie at all. Like I've been nervous the past 2 hours. Ask my wife. I've been stressing out about this entire day.
Yeah.
That wasn't that nasty of a joke. It was still nasty, but
Yeah.
it's my kind of humor. Yeah. JL Starling says, "Love caverns. Any cool features?"
It's been so long since we went to Alabaster.
Yeah, it was in December, wasn't it? Yeah, it was before Christmas.
That one was interesting because it wasn't limestone,
Right.
right?
Yeah, that was what's the white sands basically made up of?
I don't know.
I can't remember, but it was like one of the only places in the world that was like a show cave type situation. All that stuff. I can't remember what it's called. But essentially, the White Sands, New Mexico, is built up of all this mineral stuff because it just collects down at the base, and that's why it's white. Anyways, with the features, I guess, of that place, other than it being like a showcase type situation, it was a bat guano mine. Essentially, they went through and they just got all that stuff out of there to make fertilizer back in the day. And I think ended up making gunpowder out of it, right?
I don't remember.
It was called white gold.
Gypsum.
Gypsum, yes, it's a gypsum showcase.
Yes. The nice thing about that, well, I mean, when you take kids, because we had 4 kids with us when we went,
Yeah.
is that it's actually safe to touch.
Yeah.
It doesn't disrupt it like in a normal like cavern, like Carlsbad. So we do have a video up on our travel channel of Alabaster.
Which is interesting because if you've been to another cavern within like, what was it, 30 days or something like that, 60 days, they wouldn't allow you into Carlsbad. They have a thing between caverns. It I don't know,
You track-
scent or something?
No, it's a bacteria
A bacteria.
that they don't want spreading to the bats.
Yeah. Something like that.
Correct. Not limestone, gypsum. So Oh, now Austin's asking questions or telling jokes. What does Justin Bieber and Times Square have in common?
I don't want nothing to do with either one. Go ahead, give it to me, Austin. Our puppy's name is Bella. She's not a puppy. She is 11 years old.
Yes.
She has deer legs. She is a cat, not a dog.
We just got her shaved like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So.
And her hair will grow really fast and really long, and she looks like a completely different dog every time we cut her hair. White nose syndrome. Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Correct.
exactly. JL Starling just answered something about what we were talking about with like the going to different caverns and the potential of transferring bacteria to bats and stuff like that. They try to negate that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Bella's old as shit. Like, come here, Bub. Look how long these legs are. Sorry. Too comfy. Well, let's wait to hear this. What is the chicken's favorite horror movie? Give me a second. Let me think about that. Poltergeist?
You see that?
Okay, Zarko's practicing a throat singing with some distortion. The Hylong songs. I haven't actually listened to Hylong yet. I've been meaning to do a reaction to them, but I just haven't got around to it yet.
Yeah, he had asked earlier in the chat if you would try listening to it.
Oh, yeah, of
There's
course.
a Pidgey mask.
Okay.
What's up, Noah? You gonna say hi?
You can come say hi. Say hi to the camera.
Hi.
Not right now, okay? Maybe later we'll check it out.
We are trying to keep him occupied for this, so he's playing his Paw Patrol game. Or is it the Thomas the Train game?
Thomas the Train.
Okay. Well, I don't like that.
Careful on the lights. Kid's gonna be 4 in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Did Austin ever give the answer to the Justin Bieber and Times Square joke? I don't see it. Millie's cats are pretty much dogs. That's pretty cool. I would rather that happen. Actually, our cat Jinx was more of a dog than Bella was, for sure. She used to come and play, and like she would cuddle with us and stuff. Bella doesn't want nothing to do with you unless you have food. If you have food, she's your best buddy.
Or unless you're my mom. Speaking of, hi mom. She just
Oh,
joined.
Mama Dab's on here.
Oh, Bella loves her Grammy.
Do you love Grammy?
Grammy? Yeah? You miss Grammy?
She's looking at the door now.
Zarko said, Ron, you can call me Ember, because Zarko translates to Ember like.
Ember.
Cool.
With an E? Yeah, Ember. Gotcha, that's right. I remember you said talking about that before. My bad. My mind. I'm getting old. So let's talk about some reactions that happened recently. So the Samurai Pizza Cats one that came out today. Just from that name alone, I've been wanting to react to that for so long, but I was actually, when I first heard about it, was shortly after we started reacting to Electric Callboy, and I was actually in talks with Dan from Electric Callboy to try and get some kind of Zoom interview going on with that, and just kind of forgot about it. So I've been waiting and waiting and waiting, and all of a sudden it kind of popped up again recently, and everybody told me it was right up my alley, and it sure was. I had a good laugh at that one. But so you guys should check that out. It really makes me want to play with puppets.
Oh, God. Please no.
Electric Callboy just got a gold record in Germany too. It's pretty awesome. Those don't come around very often or as easily nowadays since the whole digital age of audio. So that's pretty awesome for them, especially for Germany. Because, I mean, there's not. I don't know if there. I'm going to sound completely ignorant if this is wrong, but I don't think there's as many people in Germany as like here. I don't know. It's very condensed out that way. I don't know. How have you guys liked the background music on the reactions lately? I've been adding that, and yes, it is my music, and I'm doing it on purpose. I'm just trying to get it out there and trying to spice up the videos a little bit. I don't want to use other people's music because I'm already doing that, and fighting one copyright's bad enough. I thought I would have a fun way of getting around that by adding my music, which is also copyrighted, so that, you know, I'd at least get some kind of ad revenue from the video that, you know, don't let me do it. It worked one time so far. Hey, you know, if Electric Callboy's not your cup of tea, that's cool. That's not a big problem. They're definitely they've got a big party vibe to them. I have not heard like most of their older stuff before Nico, which to me so far I think is a good thing because what I have heard, I haven't been too impressed with. It reminds me of that you know, late, early 2000s scene core type stuff. Which at the time, and I guess a little bit to this day is like, it makes me cringe a little, you know. Tight jeans, hair straighteners, and makeup.
I think Austin just answered finally a dictator.
Okay. I don't know how that really. Well, okay, yeah. If you talk about like, okay.
Goes over my head.
No. Ember says, I'd say their music is way too cheery for me. I prefer black and death metal vibe, kind of ritual vibe, different. Yeah. Well, like I said before, I haven't heard Heilung yet, but I think I know from our talks and stuff. I think I know what vibe you're talking about. Now, to each their own. My vibe changes day to day, and I love a wide variety of music. A couple of constants that are always like I'm always ready to listen to is Sinatra, Michael Bublé, Slipknot, Korn,
John Mayer. It's our bedtime music.
Yep. Puts me right to sleep. His song Neon is just perfect. I love that. It took me a while to become a fan of John Mayer. It actually took a Guitar World article on him to make me realize, oh, this guy actually can play. He's an actual musician. He's not just some pretty face with a voice that they just throw out there. Well, so, yeah, he's straight up. It watching his like how like his documentaries and stuff on how he makes some of his music and stuff really gets me in the mood to write and make another album, which I want to. It's just like the schematics and stuff of everything going on right now. This kind of makes it a little difficult.
Yeah. Finding the space in RB.
Yeah, I mean, just going through what I did today to try and do the OBS, like the professional live stream setup, it was a lot. And I was so angry that it wasn't able to work. I got everything up and running. I got everything good to go. And it was just that last thing where the audio and the video just would not line up. Like, I'd sit there and I tested it so many times, messing with the systems, where I clapped my hands 3 times. And then you'd see on the video a clap, and then on the next clap, the next 2 claps were synced up, and then there was an extra clap. That's how off it was. And that was as far as I could adjust it on OBS.
Well, Lexi did say the lag is much better this time. Almost looks like you're a professional streamer.
Well, I appreciate that. We did leave up the lights for the professional streamer setting, if you want to call it that. But you know, I'm trying things out. That's all I can do.
Mom said she loves John Mayer now, thanks to you.
You're welcome. Yeah, so like, I don't know. Stuff's hard sometimes. I always forget of what I want to say right as I'm about to say it sometimes. Just like what just happened. It's just me. I am surprised at all that I'm able to even make reaction videos or videos in general because half the time I don't want to talk. I just don't. But here we are. See, that's the funny thing. It started out as a podcast. And just me and a podcast just doesn't make any sense. But that was my only thing at the moment. I was, you know, trying to make to a bridge to be my own boss, I guess. So sometimes you got to get out of your comfort zone to make stuff happen. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And I have been getting better at it. That's another thing too.
Speaking of comfort zones, Lexi says you need me to react with you.
I've actually asked her to do that a couple times. She has actually. We have at least one video. It was when we got COVID for the first time, and you know, Paul did not want to be anywhere near us, which, you know, rightfully so. At the time, nobody knew anything, and I was so hell bent on consistency on the channel. I was like, I got to do something. I reacted to one video, and I don't even remember what it was, but I had a lot of people suggesting that I do it. I reacted to it. I don't know if it was just me being sick and, you know, just feeling off in general, but I hated the music video, hated the music. I just did not like it at all. Did not have one good thing to say about it other than the fact that they used like they used album covers in the music video, and they like made real life type situations of those album covers, which I thought that was cool. So I guess I did have one good thing to say about it, but I didn't put it out there. I didn't want to put that kind of thing out there. So, but me and her reacted to a Tom McDonald song, and a Korn song. I don't know if the Korn one got released. Yeah, I think it did actually. I set it off as like a. I uploaded it to YouTube and just kind of put it off to the side and be like, if we need this, I'll throw it up there, because by that time we'd already started putting videos out again. But Balloons was for sure up.
I just don't have the same ear for music.
I think that would be the funny thing of it is, though. I think you would provide more visual context to the video. Like, I think you would be able to comment more on what's going on,
Probably.
where I could be the duality of that and hear more of the music stuff. But I get all up in my head sometimes with music. Being a musician, and by musician I mean like various instruments, like drums, bass, guitar, keyboard, like all that stuff. I mix my own music, so I'm listening to the full spectrum of what's going on. I will get nitpicky, and if I do it too much, I will come across as a straight up asshole. And I try not to do that. I don't want to seem like I'm being cocky, because I'm by no means great at it. You know, I try. I do a decent job, I think, but you know, I think it'd be more funny for me and her just to bicker back and forth for a good solid 10 minutes every reaction.
I guess.
It would be fun. We don't argue that much.
Correct.
We should throw this in there, just get some practice in, so when we actually have an argument.
Yeah. I guess.
Who
would entertain the boy, though? That's
he can be the ref. We'll get him a cute little referee shirt. Teach him some things to say, when to say it, you know. He says some weird stuff sometimes. Words that I'm like, how do you even know how to use it? I probably brought this up before, but we went and saw a space and history museum in New Mexico. And he just wanted to tell me all about the compartments of the airplane. And I'm like, how do you even know what a compartment is? Maybe some of it's a little our fault. We don't baby talk him at all. I mean, we do sometimes here and there, but like, It's mainly when we're playing around.
Yeah.
So I talk to my son, the little 3-year-old that he is. I talk to him like an adult half the time.
And then if he doesn't understand something, then we explain it to him.
Yeah.
He's very smart.
Yeah, idle chat to a, yeah, it is. I think that was the biggest thing for me to get used to was talking to myself essentially, which I just had to pretend that the robot recording me is a person. I'm talking to it, not just one person, several people. Goodness. Amber says when he was 3, he was eating dirt because he thought it was fun. I'm sure I was too.
To each their own.
I would love to see our son trying to eat dirt. That would be funny.
He's too interested in playing in it with his construction vehicles.
Yeah, he's a pretty smart kid. I don't think he will do. I will tell you a story though that was very embarrassing the other day at Walmart. Our son loves apples, and we were going through buying stuff. He wanted us to buy apples, and we were like, we were just here, and we bought you a whole bag of apples you haven't even got to yet. Well, we're all coming up, doing our thing, and he comes running out of nowhere.
Chewing something. Goes,
yeah.
look, Mom.
Why he pointed it out is beyond me. But he just grabbed an apple and ate, like, took a bite out of it, and then put it back.
We couldn't find it.
Could not find it. I don't know if he threw it down on the floor or somebody saw it and threw it away. I don't know. But I could not find the piece of apple that was missing from it. But he pointed where he got it from, and that's all I can say. I don't like that. And then we were at Walmart the other day. Well, not the other day. It's been a few weeks now. It's when your mom was here. In Texas. We were in Texas. See how my mind works? We were going across the aisles, and we were about to go pay. And he found candy on the floor. I guess somebody spilled some candy or something. He just picks up an M&M off the floor and starts eating it. I'm like, dude.
You about lost it.
No. We were telling him all different kinds of scenarios of why he shouldn't do that. Like, somebody could have coughed that up. It could have came from somebody's mouth. I mean, why else would candy be on the floor other than just, dropping it or something? But, I don't know. Yes, Noah is a character, and he gets it from us. We are interesting people as well. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but we are definitely
I don't know. There's some stuff he does. I don't know where he gets it from.
Yeah, 100%.
Austin took a crap in a kiddie pool once. Yeah.
Who hasn't?
Yeah.
I mean, you're not living. It just reminded me of that video that went around on Instagram where it shows the guy jumping off a cliff butt naked and he just rips a dookie in midair. And it's like, you didn't know if you were more disturbed by what happened or the plop of poop that hits the water right as he's jumping into it. Like, you're jumping into your own shit water. I don't know.
Austin said he did it as a dare, and he showed them. JL Starling wants to know if he was an adult.
Yes, Amber, that is the video you sent me. Thank you. I've been seeing people post that left and right on Instagram. Not even funny. I will say, if you guys have not subscribed to the travel channel, you should. It's going to get better. Well, the reactions are going to get better too. I got a new camera finally. Thank you very much. Our little thing that we teamed up with Nomad Internet. That's definitely cool. We're not getting paid to do that per se.
We get a commission.
We get a commission, like if people use it, but they're not paying us to do it yet. Hopefully they will eventually.
Yeah.
But just trying everything we can to try and become our own bosses and do this whole thing. And it's not easy by any means.
Yeah.
Reaction channels do not make money. like you would think. You know, most of all the stuff we do is copyrighted material, so all the money from that will go to the bands, which there's a lot of people who are completely against reaction channels because they think that they're stealing from other people, which that's not the case at all, because if that band does not want you to use their material, they will completely make it to where you're not getting any monetization from it, and that monetization, whether it's monetized on your end or not, will go to that band, so they are getting paid regardless. But yeah, if it wasn't for like the Nomad stuff and all the other things like Patreon and Amazon links.
So we
and
just
stuff.
became Amazon affiliates.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start probably putting some links to stuff. So if you're looking for a way to support us without spending additional money,
Yeah.
if you're buying stuff anyway and you want to go through our link, then we get a small commission for it, and that'll help us out too.
Yeah, that's really cool. We made like a little store and stuff for like all of our RV stuff. So if there's anything that anybody, not that anybody, is RVers that I know of here, but like if people who do RV wants to know where we got something from that we use, they'll be able to find it on our page.
Yeah, but we're probably we're gonna do other stuff too, like our audio video equipment. We'll probably do, stuff around the house, that can be used in an RV or in a house. And then, as the baby comes, probably have a baby board, for items that we're using, because we're definitely keeping things simple.
100%.
So.
We have to. We live in an RV. I don't even know how many square feet we have here. I mean, it's a lot more than most tiny living situations.
I haven't figured it out for this one. Our last one was 283.
Yeah, and that was half the size of this one?
Yeah.
Maybe?
So.
I don't even know. But yeah, if you guys ever wanted to go RV or something like that, you can rent RVs and do that. Or, I would suggest if you plan on doing anything of a substantial amount, if you don't want to spend all the money to rent, you could always buy like a used one and then turn around and sell it when you're done with it. That's what I would suggest.
But if you are looking to rent, and if you want to go to like Denver or Jackson Hole, reach out to us. There's a great company that we worked with 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't remember Around the Park RV.
Yeah, Around the Park RV.
We rented a Class C from them. We took my mom for her birthday to the Grand Canyon, and so we flew to Denver, rented an RV, drove down to New Mexico, did Arizona, Sedona, Grand Canyon, then we went to Moab. But like, this RV company drove 8 hours, maybe 9 hours, to bring us a new RV.
It was 9 hours.
To bring us not a brand new, but a new RV for us to rent, because the carbon monoxide detector was defective and it was faulting and it was going off.
We didn't know that at the time. At the time, mind you, this is, it wasn't summer, it was in May. Okay, so we're at the Grand Canyon, or about to go there.
Oh, we were in Monument Valley.
No, that's when it happened, but the day when it started acting up, we left Big Bend. We were going from there, and it was going off as we were coming back. So we were out in the sun, the heat all day. We probably didn't drink enough water, but all the symptoms that would go with carbon monoxide poisoning, it was happening to us.
We had headaches.
Yeah, headaches. We were tired, low energy.
Yeah.
So, me being a father for the second year, I just wanted to make sure my son and
we didn't want to
family was
risk staying in the camper.
Yeah. So they paid for our day and gave us money for the hotel, which cost an extremely amount of money. It cost like $180 to stay at this hotel that they had nearby, which I wanted to rage quit the next day when we found out where we were actually at the RV park we were staying at, we didn't get there till after dark. Now they have little cabins you can rent right across from where we were staying at, and
Right across.
we did not see them. It was so dark.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I don't even know. But it was really cool. They did that. He came out. The guy was the brother of the owner who actually brought it out. We hung out with the dude.
yeah, we made him breakfast.
Made him breakfast. He shared his shitty IPA stuff with me. And I hate IPAs. I'm sorry.
We went on a hike.
Yeah, there was an arch actually where we stayed at that we didn't know about, and we hiked out there and found it. I never put those videos out.
Oh yeah, no.
I maxed my phone out with the memory and stuff on the way home from the airport, and just never got around to putting the video together.
No. JL Sterling said, I think it was an electric callboy reaction, the first video I watched of yours, but I really dig the travel stuff, so I gravitated towards that content. Appreciate it.
That's awesome.
Millie wants to know if we've talked about baby names yet. Are we
Not
putting that out
publicly, I guess. We have the name already.
there?
If you guys want to know how sappy we are with our love story and whatnot, we picked out our baby's names, a boy and a girl name, like within the first year of dating.
Probably.
Yeah. So, we're having a girl, and her name's going to be Amelia Grace.
Yep.
And,
We're going to call her Millie.
Yep. I was thinking to myself, like, what kind of name would I want to name a girl? You know, and, you know, me being an aviation lover, Amelia Earnhardt, you know, that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
This is a pretty name.
Yeah.
Plus, if I'm mad, you know, I can be like, Austin wants to know if we've had any headway on the official Thunder Rooster banana hammock. No. But while we're talking about merch, I am looking to switch merch places because the one we're using right now is just horrible. I might do like a last minute sale type thing where I probably won't actually make any money. I just want to put a period at the end of that one and then start on another one because I've heard so many stuff. I mean, even me as the creator, when I order samples, it still takes an obnoxious amount of time to get them.
Yeah.
And it's just irritating. So, yeah.
Let us know if there's any specific kind of merch that you guys would be interested in buying. So when we set up the new merch shop, we make sure that we carry those products. Or,
Yeah.
I have a Cricut, I can make some stuff
Correct.
too.
Yep.
So. Oh, Millie says she's biased, but she loves it. I bet. Yep.
Wait, Millie's she? Millie? Answer me. I don't know. That's probably my fault. I always assume like there's dudes talking to us on here. It took more than a month for Ember to get a mug. I don't know how that works because I know you're, like you said, you're in Serbia, so I don't know. That might just be how long it takes.
Yeah. Well, my friend Megan ordered when you did that sale, and hers took at least 2 months.
Oh yeah,
And she's, in the States.
That was fun. That was the first time I'd ever made a flyer for anything outside of like a band, like a show or something.
Lexi's waited almost 2 months now for the hoodie.
I know, and you got that before I sent you that shirt, and I think the shirt shipped, but it still hasn't got to you. Just ridiculous. Listen, like, I wish we could just in-house the whole thing, but we literally have nowhere to put anything, so...
Millie is a she, and it's short for Melissa.
Dude, bro. No, I'm just kidding. No,
Forgive
I
him.
am so forgive me. I know I have called you dude, and well, I'll call girls dudes anyways, but you know, just out of habit. Sorry, Millie. I should have known, but like
That's why you need pronouns
that's
announced.
why you don't. That's why you don't assume and make an ass out of you and me. Oh my goodness. Uh, I'm just kind of curious. I've kind of thought about, you know, putting travel videos on the Thunder Rooster page, whether it be like what we're doing on the other channel, or if I make specific like Rooster Travels type videos for this channel. I don't know, like being a reaction channel is kind of hard because, you know, there's a ton of people that are subscribed just to see you react to one certain particular artist. And that's cool, you know. But if I put out something that I do myself, like, you know, we did music videos, like covers and stuff like that. And aside from the Hypa Hypa one, it's just like, it's such a slow watch video. Like, I think, which one was it? The Spirit Box cover that we did, which was an amazing video. Austin, what are you doing, dude? Make some freaking movies. But it was such a good video, and just like, I think it maybe has 3,000 views on it. The Hypa Hypa one has over 30,000, which is awesome. That was like the high end of what I thought it could do, and it made that. So that was really cool. Val Hallelujah cover was so good. Thank you very much. I really put myself out there for that one.
It's Peggy from Sulphur, Oklahoma. Hi, Peggy.
I want to go to Sulphur Springs. I always have. My best friend Dakota never took me. I lived in Seminole for, I guess, a combined 2 years, maybe? Maybe like a year and a half. I don't remember. But yeah. I actually grew up in Peggs, Oklahoma. So if you're from Sulphur, you might know where Peggs or Tahlequah is.
Said Sulphur Springs are great. Water's wonderful. Bring containers.
Nice. Yeah.
Right now we are in Woodward.
Oh, we have a video that will probably, it won't come out for probably a few weeks, but when we're doing our travel days, we use this service called Harvest Host, and I think it's like 80 some odd dollars, maybe $90 a year, and you have an app, excuse me, and you put your destination where you're going, and it'll pop up all the places that are Harvest Host, and it is free for you to stay there if you have a membership to Harvest Host.
They recommend that you like spend $20 with the place.
Yeah, like you are encouraged to donate or all this
or buy stuff from them,
but it's mostly like boondocking situations, and if you don't know what boondocking is, it's essentially like you're dry camping. So you're not unhooking, you're not hooked up to shore power, water, sewage, or anything like that. You're on your own, you have that stuff already, kind of situation. So like we use this to just, you know, cut out staying at an RV park or something like that would cost, you know, I don't know, anywhere from 40 to 60 bucks a night.
Yeah, mostly we use it just to have somewhere to sleep. But we've stayed at really cool places, which is I think where you were going. We stayed at an RV. We stayed at an air museum, an air and space museum.
I was just like, I started a whole conversation and I just gave up on it. Anyway, so what I was going to say is there is an air and space museum in Weatherford, Oklahoma. And it's the Thomas P. Stafford Air Museum. And I didn't know, and I grew up in Oklahoma, but I didn't know what treasure of a man there was. The most interesting man in the world, in my opinion.
Currently.
Lieutenant General Thomas P. Stafford was such a badass, and it's got all his own memorabilia and stuff. Like it's almost like a museum to him in a sense, but it's all about space and it tells you all kinds of stuff.
Tell him what he did.
All right, this guy was in the Navy, and he flew jets. Right. He started off, I think, was in an F-86 Sabre, and that was his favorite plane, by the way. But anyways, this guy went on to fly and do test pilot stuff. He helped design the F-16. He helped design the F-117 stealth fighter. He might have had a hand in the Blackbird. I didn't see anything on that, but I know he had a hand in the B-2 stealth fighter or stealth bomber. And then that was after. That was after the big thing. Okay, he is an astronaut. He went to the moon, like.
He flew on Apollo missions.
This dude is solely responsible for like our our military aviation stuff, like weapons, our freaking stealth fighters, even the F-22. In his latter years, he still had some work done with that. He is hands down, like, it just blew my mind, and the fact that he's from Oklahoma and I never knew that is just crazy. I was scouring the internet, YouTube, looking for like documentaries on this dude. Is there a movie about this man? There freaking should be, and there's not. Sorry, I got so excited. Okay, I saw something earlier when I forgot what I was talking about. Alright, you Whoever says you also looked like Odin in that video. I mean, the beard helps and the bald head. We actually talked about making me, like, putting makeup on me and stuff to look like the God of War, Kratos. That probably could have worked. It was kind of funny. We dressed up for our cruise on a formal night, and I took a picture, and in that picture I looked like Triple H, dressed up in a suit. I thought that was pretty funny. Peggy asked, what kind of music do you usually do? Like reactions or music that I make myself? Regardless, metal, I think, would be the blanket answer for that. Reactions, anything really. I'm open to anything.
A lot of metal, funny.
Anything funny.
Yeah.
If it's metal and funny, send it my way. Let's see. Your oldest grandson is here. That's cool. PA says that we should try the new NF song motto.
You just got into NF.
Yeah,
right?
I just literally started doing NF, and there's this big whole journey thing that the guys from Riker Road was telling me about, and I'm gonna try and do that. I'll probably stick to just the music videos, just because I want, to actually enjoy the view, I guess. But like, I don't know. I haven't really listened to any, music with no music videos. Like lyric videos and stuff, I think I've done twice, I think. Yeah, I did it with Electric Callboy's Techno Train, because everybody was making a big fuss about that after the album came out. And then they finally put out a music video for it. That was really cool. I did the reaction for Disco Metal. It is out there. It was great. Lexi Beck says she painted her ex's body like Kratos. She did surprisingly well, especially considering I've never done anything like that before. Hey, all it takes is trying, and you might be excellent at something, you just never know it. Try things, people. Try things. Amber says, I don't have a body of Kratos, but I do have his rage issues. I don't have his body either. Not at all. Maybe if I could detach the beer gut, maybe that'll help.
Break your mom's here.
Oh, shit. What's up? I had a feeling you might drop by. Because you're awesome. That's why. But yeah. Oh my goodness. Where are some places in America that you think we should travel to? I think you already know by now that I'm kind of leaning toward the west part of the United States already, but is there anything worth checking out on the eastern part? I mean, I feel like it's just more, dense populations out toward the east. I felt that in Ohio pretty hard. And we want to get somewhere where we can't see our neighbors. I want to be able to pee off of my porch and not worry about anybody seeing it and reporting it.
Oh my god.
Ugh.
Last time we started looking at properties in like Colorado and stuff, we found this property up on like, I don't know, 80 acres or something. And it had a door in the bathroom. And when you opened the door, you had a view of the mountains. And Ron just thought that was his dream bathroom. So he could poop with the door open.
I got to live that a little bit in the RV. We pulled over on the side of the road. And it was in Arizona, I think. And it was rainy, just a bit off to the distance. And I had stomach issues, so I just had to go. And so I pulled over to the side of the road. I went with the door open. And of course, there's a window right outside the door of the RV there to see outside. And I'm out there doing my thing, just looking out at the mountains, and there's a rainbow. I'm just like, man, this is living.
Would you guys like to see a tour of our RV at some point?
Yeah.
That's something we've thought about throwing out there too.
Yeah. Also, if you want my wife to react with me on some reactions, which ones should we do together? There's two things with doing this. Is like with the chat, you get to interact with people, but you gotta read and go through the comments. So when we have dead air, I feel dumb. But I was thinking about it, it's like, man, I wish we could just hear people talk and like they could say stuff, but then at the same time you'd have like, I don't know, anywhere from like 20 people at a time saying stuff.
You do like a Zoom call.
Yeah, that would be cool. Actually, I might do that for Patreon or something. Have it set up to where, certain Patreon members or something set up a time and we can all get together and have a little Zoom meeting with everybody. That would be cool.
It would be.
Would you like that? Let me know.
Just in general, if you guys have any reactions you guys want Ron to do, with or without me.
Riker Road Mom says, oh yes, a tour and your wifey. Yeah, she's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. She puts up with me, so.
Peggy said that we should do Waiting on a Woman from Brad Paisley. It's country, but nice for couples. Ron is not a fan of country. I love the song.
I'm a fan of country, but like country, not today's stuff.
He likes like 90s country.
Yeah, late 80s country. That's my jam. It's not that bad, actually. I'm not so anti-country anymore, and I haven't been for like the past.
Not as bad as he used to be.
It's been like 8 years, I can say, before I've been like, country. But like, I guess it was the fact I grew up in a little small town and everybody there liked country, and I was just kind of anti everybody around me there. So, like, when I had a chance to leave my little small town, I left and I kept going. I actually got to go, and I think it was like our second video or third video from doing the Traveling Roost. We actually went through my small town, and it was just weird going through there and seeing how it grew. We actually got one store there. The Dollar General just popped up there. To put this into context, my school at my little town only went up to the 8th grade, and I had to drive 10 miles north to go to high school. If that tells you anything. Excuse me. Andy Griffith is in it. Alright. That's kind of hard, Lexi, to like the newer country because it's trying not to be country. That's the thing.
He doesn't like the spoken rap country.
I don't like rap and country in general.
Well,
I'm not a big fan of rap and metal either, but sometimes it works. Like, I'm gonna get crap for saying this, but I liked Limp Bizkit when they were a thing, you know. It was fun to listen to. And then, you know, it was fun until it wasn't. But I do, like, I appreciate rap and stuff like that. But I think a lot of it was like, I'm a metal musician, and, you know, my big dreams of trying to be a musician or a rock star, even if you want to go there, but it was when Korn was like the biggest band in the world, and then you started seeing like the metal stuff leave like the charts and radio and stuff like that, and just rap started filling it in because like I didn't even want to listen to rap for the longest time because it was just like, oh man, metal's gonna come back, I'm not gonna hear any more of this stuff. Like, you know, it was pettiness. Straight up pettiness. But, you know, I just grew to have an appreciation for anything. If you can draw inspiration from pretty much anything, then, you know, that's a good key. It's like me telling people for like relationship advice is like, you have to find someone that can laugh at farts. Hands down. Like, if you are with somebody that don't think farts are funny, what are you doing? I mean, that's 50% of life right there. Like, find your joy, you know, and it's something you make.
oh, there's a lot of laughing at farts in this family.
100%.
Oh, put it this way. There's a creaky spot on our floor by our fridge. And this one and my mother, when she was here, non-stop, every time somebody walked through that area, was cracking up about it.
And it was mainly when her mom would walk over there because I'm like, at first, I didn't put two and two together. And I'm really just looking over there like, she just ripped one in the kitchen over there. It's just like, oh, we're that comfortable now. Oh, okay. I'm cool with that. But then I found out it was on the floor, and just every time we go, I'll go over there. My wife, Noah. I don't think he's heavy enough to make that creak over there, but like, farts are funny.
Yeah. Rick and Mom says we're adorable.
Oh, you're adorable. I loved meeting Riker Mom. First thing she did when I met her, she gave me the biggest hug. Told me I was cute. Peggy says, before my mom passed, she had the walking poots, and we all just had a blast with it. First of all, sorry your mom passed. Second of all, what a way to go. I mean, the best story I have, like my dad, when he was alive, and when I was much younger, I started out as a drummer, so my dad had to deal with like taking me to drum places. And there's this pretty well-known drum store in Tulsa, Oklahoma called Drum World. And they had a room full of nothing but cymbals. And they're all hanging up, so you could like do little taps and tests and whatnot. My dad and I are in there, and he lets out a fart that was the loudest I've ever heard and the longest I've ever heard from a living person, live in person, I've ever heard in my life. And after it ended, there was a ring from the cymbals. It was all like, like we had a Richter scale moment there, and I was literally falling down on myself leaving that place because I was laughing so much. I just completely forgot why I was there. I was laughing so hard. Amber says, speaking of farts, my farts are beyond Chernobyl and Fukushima levels. Maybe you need to change up some dietary stuff, buddy. I understand though, you know. Sometimes farts are not funny. You know. Sometimes gas masks are needed.
Yes.
Lexi Beck says, I feel so immature laughing at farts, but why are they so funny? I've never asked that question. Never. I've always been 100% on the team of farts are funny. Maybe just don't question it, you know? No, I think a lot of it has to do with just like, I guess it's a taboo thing. Because if you fart in public, you know, automatically you're outcast, right? Like everybody's like wants to get away from you, like they've never farted before.
Shall we tell the Hobby Lobby story?
Please. Do you want to?
So Ron and I go to Hobby Lobby one time, and my mom makes jewelry, and so she needed something from the jewelry aisle. So I was down the beads aisle, and I was looking for something, and I turn around, and Ron is gone. And then I breathe in, and then I realize he farted in the aisle.
Like a ninja.
There were two other people in the aisle. And who was it, the man or the woman? The woman looks at the husband and goes, well, don't look at me.
No, she said it was like, well, that wasn't me. And I'm on the other side of the aisle, like directly across from those people, and I'm on the floor.
No. I look down the aisle past these people, and I see Ron on the floor peeking around the corner, hysterically laughing and crying. Like,
Buddy.
it just left me in the stench.
Yeah, dropping bombs like 50. I don't even know.
I told you not now.
Is that buddy?
They're saying hi to you.
Yep.
Hi.
You want to come up here and tell them about traveling in an RV?
Traveling in RV is so amazing.
Now, do you guys have any questions for Noah?
No.
No?
No?
Hold on, let me see. Everybody's saying hi.
Yep.
Hi, little man.
Hi.
What's your favorite thing about our RV?
Traveling.
Traveling.
Yes.
Where's your favorite place to go?
I'll play around to the playground.
He loves playgrounds.
Yep.
We're going to start like doing little shorts and stuff of Noah's playgrounds. Maybe like little reviews of them for him.
What's your favorite part about a playground?
Playing.
Well, no. What's your favorite thing to do at a playground? Like, do you like slides or swings?
Put a car.
Huh?
A car?
Uh-huh.
What
Why
car?
are you talking like that?
It's at a playground by the library.
Oh, the playground by the library with the car
Oh, okay.
that has the steering wheel. He can pretend to drive.
I like that one. Did you go on it with him where the whole floor of it moved back and forth?
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Noah, do you want to be like your dad when you grow up?
Yes, so me.
You wanna?
100%.
What do you want to do when you? What do you want to be when you grow up?
Fireman.
A fireman
Fireman.
Oh no.
or what?
I think he wants to be an astronaut or a fighter jet pilot. But he loves vlogging for some reason. And part of it is like, sometimes I think he's mocking me. He had the camera and all he would do is go around and be like, so. Like he wouldn't even like start saying things. I'm like, are you being a little shit right now? But it's
Play one of
really
these
cute.
games.
He'll go on there and he will actually
Play one of
like,
these games until we're
he's
done.
got it. Yeah, like you can do
I'm
it.
going play the Thomas game.
Yep, go play Thomas.
Your mom said that the playground in Texas had a car.
No, I mean play the PJ Masks game.
Later, okay?
Later.
Yes, sir.
Maybe After you're done helping?
Carol
Yep.
wants to know, what do you call a two-legged cow? Lean beef.
Oh man.
Austin said when he worked at BP, he would fart and watch all the customers in line blame each other. That's some good old-fashioned American fun.
The next day after the Hobby Lobby incident, we go to Walgreens and we're down the toy aisle.
I was like sitting here thinking to myself, like, what is she about to say? I don't recollect this. I remember now.
And Ron lets one rip. Was it before or after you squeezed? He was playing with the whoopee cushion, but then one wasn't.
I grabbed the whoopee cushion and I squeezed it so the whoopee cushion made the whoopee noise. And then I just held it up and then actually farted and was like, nobody knows.
There's a guy directly on the opposite side of the next aisle who starts busting up laughing.
Oh, goodness. Yep. Riker Road Mom says he's totally copying me. 100%. He listens to Electric Callboy all the time.
Oh my gosh. His
He
video of
will-
him dancing to it.
Yeah. He will sit there and, air guitar. He did a little spinny move on the floor while doing the air guitar thing this morning. I wish I caught him actually doing it the first time on the camera. And I told Jess about it, and so when she came down, tried to get him to do it again. He did it. It just wasn't as good as the first time. Excuse me. Charlie says you guys should react to Hell of a Boss by Vivzy Pop. Vivzy Pop. Never heard of that.
Me neither.
Is it funny? I kind of figured it might be. I worked third shift at BP. When I had to take a dump, I had to close the whole store. When I would come out, there would be a line of people outside staring at me. So that would be awful. That's probably one of those kind of gas stations that didn't have a public restroom too, I bet. Noah loves Highway to the Danger Zone. He loves Top Gun, and that's my fault, 100%. But yeah, I'm a total aviation nerd. Like, if you haven't noticed on the channel already, like, we go to all kinds of places aviation related. Charlie says, think of it like Family Guy, but more R-rated. I'm down for that.
Man.
Have you guys saw the trailer for this new movie that's like a... When I first saw the trailer, I was like, oh, they're remaking Homeward Bound, but it's Will Ferrell and Jamie Foxx voicing
Strays.
dogs. It's called Strays?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me tell you, I am so pumped to see this.
Hey Noah, will you shut the door?
My wife immediately said, I want to see it, not in theaters. Oh, goodness. Amber says it's even worse when you go out and you gotta run to find a place to exercise the demon. 110%.
Oh man.
I've never been more comfortable in my life traveling when I'm pulling this thing around. I have a bathroom anywhere I go. I don't have to worry about nothing.
Riker Road Mom wants to know if we've been to New England yet.
Together, no. I have been to New England, but
I have never. I've never been, I think, New York and a little bit of New Jersey was the most I've been.
okay.
Well, where we stayed was New Jersey, right?
Cherry Blossom, yeah.
Cherry Hill.
Cherry Hill. Yeah.
Yes. So no, haven't been to New England yet. Not sure when we would go though. Probably
Yeah.
not this year.
Probably not. For the foreseeable future, we plan on traveling to at least next year. The ultimate goal of this whole thing is for us to find a spot to plant roots and have a land and whatnot. But we've been dreaming about traveling America in an RV for years now, and we're gonna try and take our time to find a spot, I guess.
Yeah.
We've
So,
been RVing since what, 2016,
um,
2017 maybe.
we bought ours in 2000.
17 because the year model was at 18.
No, the year model was 17. So we bought it. We bought it in October of 2016, and we took that trip with your family the summer of 2017.
Okay, you're right. Sorry. That's a little thing I do. Well, we do. We do.
We decided anytime one of us was wrong, we owed the other one a kiss. So we really don't often have a problem admitting we're wrong.
Oh, it's kind of fun. Maine is your favorite place on earth. I would like to do a deep dive in Maine. That would be cool.
Charlie wants to know, when traveling, does gas seem to be an issue cost-wise?
If we were traveling every day, yes, it would be a huge pain in the ass, and we would not be able to afford it whatsoever. Now, for what we do, and since we don't have to commute to work, it's not that bad.
No.
Especially out this way, like we have a F350 diesel, so like we're paying the higher end for fuel. But like out this way, it's like $3 something. Whereas when we were in Ohio, we paid a little over $6 a gallon for diesel up there. So being out west, and the fact that we only do big travel days and stuff, like maybe, I don't know,
Couple days a month.
couple days a month, yeah. Probably maybe like 3 or 4 days a month.
Texas was really good for diesel,
Oh,
especially Buc-ee's.
Yeah. I think we paid like $3.39 or $3.49.
54 or
Yeah.
like mid $3.
Mid-threes, and I'm like, hell yeah.
Zarko or Embers hopping off.
All right,
Thanks
man.
for joining.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Other, like gas is probably our most expensive. Well, it's probably our biggest expense. Close second was food. Well, when we stayed in Texas, our lot was the most expensive thing.
Yeah.
But
That'll be a video in itself on the travel channel, but to give you a little overview, we had picked a spot to stay at for the month in advance. The pictures online look great. I mean, you had a pool, heated pool at that, and pond where you can fish, all that jazz. We get there, and it's literally like this trailer park, essentially. And it was for RVs, but like there were people that had like 1970s RVs that
with
were,
like plywood buildings tacked onto
yeah,
it.
it
and
was straight up ghetto. And just the spot that they had for us there, we didn't fit in. There was no way around it. I'm pretty much a pro at getting this thing around, and like I just could not see a way for us to be able to do that without getting the truck in the ditch that was right in front of the spot. And it was one of those like concrete drop-off ditches. It wasn't no like little hill you can go into. But that was our perfect excuse not to stay there.
Yeah.
And they didn't give us any problems. They didn't charge us the penalty. They were like, we understand.
Yeah.
So we drove off, and like before we decided not to stay there, we got there at like the perfect time because the lady who was running the thing went on our lunch break. After I talked to her and be like, looking for my spot. She's like, okay, here's your lot number. I'm going to lunch. To hell with you, I'll deal with you later. Kind of thing. So that kind of came to our advantage because we decided to drive around and kind of look elsewhere for a place in the meantime.
Versus her just going, oh, well, here's a different lot.
Or, well, you guys are canceling, so we're going to charge you for the whole month anyways. Which some RV places might do. I mean, I couldn't tell you that there's one that will, but, I know, like, a lot of times if you're renting a slot for, like, a month, there's usually a deposit in line, and, if you leave early, you're not going to get any of that money back.
Another thing that saves us on gas is we use it's called Upside.
Mhm.
Which if any of you guys want to sign up, we can give you guys our referral code for this too. But it's a cashback service on gas or diesel. Um, so when we were in Texas, we found a gas station that used this Upside, and um, they were we had a 35-cent bonus, so we ended up getting like 55 cents cash back per gallon diesel, and filling up our truck we got $20 cash back. So we try to find gas stations that are part of that program on non-travel days, um, but they also have like cash back on restaurants and stuff, so we really just try to save money where we can or earn extra where we can. Don't get me wrong, we have a long way to go to make this streamlined in terms of our spending. Um,
Yeah.
There's definitely places where we could still cut back. Um,
Your boy likes to eat.
Yeah. we spend a lot of money on food.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I'm twice the size of like any normal man, so like I gotta eat, you know. That and my son almost eats as much as I do, so
if my mom is still on here, she'll chime in, but all day, I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I want to eat.
and
I'm
he's so
hungry.
lean too. I don't know
Yeah.
what is going on there.
He's growing, boy.
Yeah. Florian, what's up, man? Guten Tag. It is daytime there, right? He's from Germany.
Ooh. Hello.
My uncle was actually born in Germany. My mom's side of the family was in the army, and they were stationed out there. So he was actually a dual citizen.
Mom said that boy is always hungry.
100%. If you guys have any suggestions for reactions, leave them down there. I'll definitely be able to look back on this and taking that into consideration for my next one. Still doing uploads on our Patreon. We're going to be doing 2 a week. Well, I'm going to be. Maybe she might. Who knows? But getting that going. So we got 3 videos a week coming out on YouTube, and then 2 on Patreon. And then for some reason, people are, making videos blocked for just Russia, and I'm not a big fan of that. So if I have a video that's blocked in the Russia territory, whatnot, I'm gonna put it up on Patreon. So at least somebody will get a chance to see it, because if you're not hip to like VPNs and whatnot, you're not gonna be able to get around that very well. But yeah. Well, thank you guys for coming out and checking this out with us. I'm going to maybe give it a couple minutes. If you guys have any questions you want to ask, shoot them. We'll get them out. I'm going to try and do these live streams like every other week now. Just because I think it's important to kind of get feedback and talk to everybody.
Charlie wants to know, as far as music reactions, do you listen to any genre or certain types?
I would prefer metal and funny. One or the two, or both at the same time. Preferably both at the same time. But I mean, I'm open to listen to whatever. I really am. K-pop I probably don't want to listen to as much, because it's not really my thing. But then again, power metal wasn't my thing either, and I love Bites so much, so there's that. Let's see. Riker Roadmon says, I'm going to get the boys to have me react with them. Yeah, from what I could tell, there's a lot of people that want you back on there to react with them, so that needs to happen.
Millie wants to know where we're heading next. We don't know.
None.
We didn't even decide to really come here until like a week before we had to be out of our last park.
And that was because we had to wait till we got back from our cruise before we were able to look at the weather and be like, okay, this is what we're going to do. Because we were planning on going back to Ohio, like I said earlier, at the end of this month. But just from the way the weather is, there's not a lot of RV parks that are open around the area, and you kind of want a place to be open for the RV now because the furnace running and whatnot.
Yeah. So in northern Ohio, at least, the RV parks really don't open until at least May 1st.
Yeah.
Sometimes mid-May. There's like
Or sometimes even like summer, like the end of April.
yeah, there's some that are the end of April, but in terms of us living, you know, in our RV, especially when, you know, I mean, we've seen snow in May before.
Yeah.
So it's like we really want to be hooked up to heat. So I don't know. We want to kind of stay warm. We got to figure out where I'm going to have this baby and
Yeah, that's a whole nother bag that, you know, I don't think we should get into now,
No.
but, you know, traveling full time and having a baby at the same time is like,
very complicated.
they make it difficult. That's for sure. But, yeah, I want to go back out west a lot, but one thing is for sure, we're probably going to end up, you know, back in Ohio for a little bit, and then we're gonna, at some point this summer, when it warms up at least, or after the baby's born, we're gonna go up to North Dakota and see my mom and stepdad.
And we want to do a lot of the northern states this summer.
We want to chase 70 degrees.
Yes.
I would like to go up to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan and to just kind of check that off. I've never been up there.
Me neither.
And then we're gonna do that on the way to get to North Dakota to see my mom. But you know, I'm sure we're gonna end up having to take your mother to the Grand Tetons.
Oh,
We'll do
yes.
that. But, yeah. Hill 0988. You're in Oklahoma, Ron? I live in Oklahoma. Yes, I am. I am from Oklahoma, to be honest. And when you don't have to live here, it doesn't feel so bad.
He was willing to come back, so
Yeah.
we thought about living in Oklahoma a while ago, and
It's so cheap.
it is
So
cheap.
cheap.
I just
And I'm also Cherokee, so I've got all kinds of like places and stuff I can go to here, and that's a plus. But at the same time, like, you have to go a long distance to go anywhere really cool, you know. Except for Weatherford. I mean, that would have been a long drive for me living in Oklahoma. But yeah. This is from over by. How do you pronounce that?
Nacogdoches.
Nacogdoches, Texas.
Oh, that's where he's from.
Oh, okay. Let's still like that. I'm not familiar with that name. What part of Oklahoma are you at? Hill 0988.
Carol says, "What about Tennessee?"
That's a possibility actually for having a baby.
Yeah. I don't know. We might travel through there
Yeah.
soon. Next. I don't know. Kind of depends on the weather.
Okay, I know where that's at. It's by the Durant area.
Is that near us or no?
No, that's the southern part. It's kind of south central, but maybe more east.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Me and Oklahoma have a love-hate relationship. That's for sure. But I love Western Oklahoma a lot. But there's a lot of like where I grew up at. It was pretty awesome. It's hard not to go back there and raise a family because it just seemed like I had a great childhood. I can't really complain about that. And I don't know. Charlie asked, any upcoming projects? So many. There's so much I want to do, and it's just all about
Making the time.
making the time, making sure it happens and stuff. I want to put out an album of my own music. kind of want to shoot for the end of the year, but like with doing everything we're doing now, it's hard to get the time to actually get my guitar out even and such thing. I have new software that I got for the purpose of recording guitar back in December, something like that. Haven't even did anything with it yet. And Kyle from Riker Road, me and him are itching to work together on something, and we just haven't started it yet. Luckily, he's going to be helping me with the album once it actually gets going. And I actually talked to him yesterday about doing a cover, so that might happen. But it's two people collabing on something that's miles apart and also has just as equal amount of stuff they do already. I can't definitively say when stuff will happen.
Speaking of Riker Road Mom, say goodnight, friends. Stay safe and see you next time. Thanks for joining.
Thank you
Have
very
a good
much.
night.
Big hugs to you. Thank
Hill.
you.
Hill 0988. An album would be great. I've had Circle With Me and Hype on Apple Music since you released them.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm very, very disappointed at how Circle With Me sounds. That's all my fault. I let an outside source get the best of me. I found a guy that looked exactly like me, and he played all the instruments and did similar music, and we got to talking, and I had his input on doing like the mixing and stuff, and it sounded good at the time. It's not horrible, just me being the way I am with things. I wish it could have been done better. Listen to the boy already.
Come tell the people what
Come,
you
what
want.
do you want?
I'm hungry.
I know you listen to the covers and stuff. I have music. I have 2 EPs out that are essentially demos because my album is essentially going to be taking a couple songs from past music as well as the EPs and stuff to make an actual album. So, but the band name for that is called Knack the Knife. I might actually start doing little playthroughs and stuff with my own music on here just to see how it does. I don't know if it get any views or not, but figured why not.
Lexi said your Hallelujah cover was her favorite.
That was the funnest one, I think. And I think that just being with Kyle and Eric and doing all that was really fun. We recorded that song at their little studio. I forget the name of the town where they did it. And I don't even need to tell you where they live, but
Yeah.
it was just a good time. My face hurt so much from just smiling and laughing the entire time. Recording the music with just me and Kyle. When we did vocals together, the next time we got together, and then shooting the music video on top of that, it was just a great time. I can't wait to work with them again.
Now look, I found it.
Okay, bring it here.
Alright folks, I don't want to take up too much time anymore. I appreciate all of you for hanging out with us. Like I said, I'm going to try and swing back around and do this again in like a couple weeks. But from the bottom of my heart, thanks for helping me make my dream come true.
Hey everyone.
Hey, tell everybody thank you.
Tell them thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. I got a new thing.
He's got a granola bar. He's pretty excited. Don't make it.
Oh man.
Tell everybody bye.
Bye.
See you next time.
See you next time. Wow, that's a longer.
Thanks guys. I love you. I'll see you next time.